Hey, funny the way things go. Somebody made a comment to me the other day. Yeah, the other day. And he says, you got to watch it. He says, you know, you say the wrong thing. Absolutely. Then he says to me, he says, you know, you seem a little whacked out. He says, you're screaming and yelling and telling people. I go, excuse me, did you go to acting school? And he goes to me, yeah, I did. I says, good. I says, I didn't. Tell me how to act. And he looks at me. He's with a friend of his. And his friend never really saw any of these videos. And he turned around and he walked away. And that was it. Everything we see on here, we don't know how true it is. How true is my heart? Telling you the truth. What truth is it? Is it my truth? Is there anything you can base my truth on? Anyways, I was cut out of my last video for a few minutes, and I wanted to show you the earring, or the reason for baseball and big beta. Okay? We have the team on the right, which I call the East Angels, and the team on the left, which I call actually the California Angels. But when you point the thing like this, okay, C ends up being in the north, where the 2 should be. The B should actually be across from the 2. So regardless to any error, we see a U, okay, that is split by the V, which has a cover over it. That's the baseball game, okay? Okay. You see the way home plate is made? There's 2 triangles, one on each side, and the actual plate is a diamond. That's the way it seems like they place it on the field. It looks that way. If you go A and B, you have alphabet and you have creation. You have the angel, you have the 3rd angle, which means you have 1/4 way home. So when D comes home and his value is 4, A, B, C, and D equals a total of 10. A, B, C, D. So now we know we have angel and man, okay? And we have the beta world, because obviously they're in the field. That's half part of the 8. You see the part of the 8? There's a part up there, and you have to make the replica on the bottom. You have to make it on the east. You have to make it on the west, because you know what? We're playing in more than one field. So what happens now is once that man crossed the plate, he gets the 1 point. So therefore he's connected to the spirit, and he's connected through that diamond plate. That's what gives him. He started off on one side of the diamond, and he finished on the other side of the diamond. And all in all, he scores a point. I'm not sure what I got pulled out of my last one, but I'm going to run down a few things. 2014 Bango Center Rubik's Cube. Although the 14 doesn't exist, the 14 would actually be on the other side. Oh, and it has to be on the other side because the turning is the passage, east and west. So, you see, now I'm saying something a little bit different. I used to say it's in the middle. Now I say it's on the other side. But one or the other, one is going to work, and I'll just leave it like that, whichever one. 2014 and reverse it to 41. Both of them add up to 5. Freedom 55, okay? The railroad tracks and the crossing of Jesus all come out to look like what is actually big beta. This is the beta world. This is how she runs, okay? In her knees, okay? In her knees, okay, is the heavens spirit of God, and on the right, and in our arms is, so you see, it happens in our arms, it looks like, in this world. The hands and the arms, and the knees, and the reasons for all the fingers. I can't explain it all. I went over the why. Let me look at the passage. Oh, the reason for the black cat. I don't know if I told you, but the black cat is the beta cat. She is never seen. She is a black card. She is the beautiful club, the queen of clubs. She's the black cat. Why is she a cat? Because she belongs in the middle of the telephone, in that square, at number 5. and she's constantly rotating and rotating and rotating. Okay, or she's going east and west, north and south. It turns, don't forget. She's always rotating it because there is no east and west. It's always like this. The world turns, we go east and west as we go around every single day, like a spiral, like Spiral Jack. Did I show you about Spiral Jack? Okay, because a Spiral Jack, put a couple of them together, you got a figure 8, my friends, and you have basically what it is in this picture over here. The spiral tails, the B, the poking of the B, Beta B, BB, Boston Bruins. Did I ever do this on a video? I'll do it real quick. It's really weird. But 2014 brings us up onto Virginia Avenue, which is right next to where the Jewish calendar would bring us up onto Pennsylvania Railroad. So putting the two of them together, we're somewhere in Pennsylvania. Now, they started Chicago. If you draw a line from Chicago to Detroit, Toronto to Montreal to Boston to New York, now you got to go over to somewhere in Philadelphia. Somehow that also creates a formation of a Big Dipper, or maybe the Jack. Maybe the Big Dipper is not a Big Dipper. Maybe it's the Jack letter. The Jack can be used in many ways as a spring of some sort, because I've seen it on Mack trucks. And the Jack can also be a shape that when you hook the boats up and you throw the rope around, you can make a jack hook, which looks like actually a U, unless you cut it, because there's many levels, don't forget. It depends how high the rope goes. So at every level, you only can see so much, so the rope takes a different formation, showing you something different. The other thing I want to show you is the reason for the double D. Okay, it's back to back, and it creates a stop sign. The reason for that, okay, is the east and west and north and south are divided by the poles. So man's on one side and the angel's on the other side over here, okay, and there's nothing in between to connect them anymore. How are they going to live apart? There is no EA world. Electronic angel and O world for water, because that's what we are, and that's what our whole world is all about. Water and islands, or melons, melon d'eau, a melon of water. They're all heads of melons, and it's got, oh, watermelon, oh my God, and it's red, and it's sweet, and it's so full of water because God's in the sky, I guess. When you're calling for a cow, God's the biggest cow around. He's got gallons of water. What's more pure than water? It hasn't passed it through any filtration system like milk. A cow that jumped over the moon must be an electronic cow of some sort, because the cow is the background. When you walk in all blacks, are you walking in like a penguin? How are you walking in? What does it mean, back in black? Does it mean beta, the female part, she's coming back? What does it mean? So Halloween, okay, it falls on the 10th month, the 31st day. 1 and 3 are both gods. One means spirit connect. The other one means creation. The other can mean earth. On the telephone, it's the second number, DEF, it can also say, which means deaf, which means the angel, man, and the spirit. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Angel, man, spirit. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Angel, man, and spirit. That's the deaf, dumb, and blind. Angel, man, and spirit. It's the connect of the two islands of the D's, okay? And the rotation of beta the other way, bringing us however it works, okay? The other thing I want to tell you is the star kiss that we see on tuna, Charlie the tuna. It has a freedom count in it. The club, the only reason the club doesn't have any, has a leg on it, because the leg is connected into two parts of another world. It's the two islands on the side, the 1379 that's cut off in the beta world because the dice is on an angle. Well, that dice, it has nowhere to sit, so she needs a leg. She gets an eye leg, so she gets to sit on that and support between the two islands, our God, and then it rocks our oceans, because that's how our oceans rock, obviously. 7 and 9, the only two that rock the oceans. There's so much action in 7 and 9. Which moons are they? How can we figure out the moons? Anyways, Beta is perfect. Beta is a perfect 10. Why? Because in order to make her, you need 2 and 8 across from each other, 10. You need 4 and 6 across from each other, 10. Cross my heart. You've got the Jesus Christ. Cross my heart. The other thing is, I'm going to show you a world I didn't finish creating. This is a world of passages, okay? You see all the eyes are the columns. These are the columns supporting each of these. You ever see a ratchet? You know a ratchet? You put a ratchet in here, and it turns. It turns this one, and 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 this one. And we have passage all through here. And I'm not sure if we have passage through the eye here. I think we just have passage east and west, and maybe down a little bit in these gullies. These are all the eye columns. This is what they say is almost like if you put a point at the top, a point on the bottom, it becomes a hexagon, but this is just an octagon. And the reason for that octagon that I'm showing you is because this whole world is the octagon. October, octagon, the energy of gas 87 at the fuel pumps. Check the difference in price, 8 cents between that and the Spirit 91. Beta blue is in between. They got the 3 colors. Anyways, I showed you also the B. I'm not sure if you got this in the last video. Jack is a spiral. Okay, it looks like a little, under here it looks like an animal's trying to get out, and up here, but it's actually a B. Here's the diamond in between, and once you're connected to that diamond, you're connected to everything. You sponge bop and hop away. What else is there? Back in black, yeah, I started with that, and the question is, what is back in black? You see, the female beta is black, and God is red. So is he saying back in black because it's Halloween, and it's all about Halloween, and she's back? Boo! I don't know. I'd have to sit down and study that a little bit more. It is October, and Halloween falls after the month of Tishrei. So that would mean at 100% it's beta. So if it was back in black, well, it's got to be singing something about Halloween. I'd have to listen to the song. Where else is there? I showed you the baseball field. On Monopoly, another reason for 2000, the 40. The 40 in Monopoly, and you're saying to me, like, what 40, where 40? Well, at the end of everything, if you look on the calculator, okay, alpha, omega, okay, or just omega. The question, that's the way the question goes. Alpha, omega, or just omega. Jack and Jill we did. I have the Y. I wanted to show you something. Oh, this is what happens. From Chicago, Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, New York. Independence, 222. The year 2014, independence. So look what it makes. It makes the Big Dipper, it makes a jack. Those are the original 6 hockey teams. Philadelphia came in later with Ron Hextall. Heaven of the E-World Angel that connected with the X-Man. He was Hextall. Anyways, just fooling around a little bit. I've got a minute left. I didn't want to lose it in this book. I wanted to show you a setup. There's a bunch of setups. Diamond taxi, because that's the way our world works. See, it's like a weird formation, eh? But that's the way our world works, just like this. We go a little up, a little down, east and west, and that's about it. This is this book. Oh, right, the 10. The 10 is an expression number. It's usually in the 0, and they say it's the operator. We're calling, who are you calling? And you tell her the number. Okay? If it's out of town, you dial with a 1. If it's in town, you dial with whatever it is in town. And I'm assuming you have to have an area code that has a 2 in it. 2 and a 5 and a 6 or something. Something like that, because that's the man count, 2, 5, and 6. So I'll go for that area code. The other thing is, so in Monopoly, creation is 36. Creation is 36, and I'll tell you soon the rest of the story.